Good morning from the Oklahoman's video studio. It's a rainy day in downtown Oklahoma City. I'm Dave Morris, next to this lady, Leslie Spears from the Myriad Gardens. Did you walk over?
I did. I've got a great new raincoat, cool rain boots, and a Van Gogh umbrella.
You're looking at a live look. This is a camera outside our podcast studio. This is pointed north, looking up Robinson. We're at the corner of Sheridan and Robinson, and of course the Myriad Gardens is catty corner to the southwest of us. It's not a far walk from you at all, but when it's rainy, that makes it a little bit longer walk.
Well, I did have some lightning. That was fun. But
nearby.
I enjoyed the garden so much and working there that with the rain and it being so dark, I could see the blooms better, and the ducks were interesting to watch because they just don't care. They're like, oh, it's raining.
It's rain. I'm a duck.
I'm a duck.
I was Skyping, I told you, with Rick Smith from the National Weather Service yesterday, trying to nail him down. Winter's over, winter's over. And he's like, well, Dave, it's technically, it's March, anything could happen. And in Oklahoma, we know anything could happen. But things are blooming.
Oh my gosh, we have tulips, and we have red ones, yellow ones, pink ones, white ones. The jonquils are coming up. Some call them daffodils. I prefer to call them jonquils.
Why is that? Why do you have a preference?
Because I played Amanda Wingfield in The Glass Menagerie, and she had a thing about jonquils. Jonquils. Yeah, it's a very southern thing.
There you have it, folks.
I could have been a contender. But let's see, and there's lots of purples, and gosh, the red buds are blooming.
I was about to say, there's a fantastic red bud up near the Skirvin that's just all white at this point.
Oh, it's so beautiful, so beautiful.
Should also say Happy International Women's Day to you.
Yes, thank you. I was going to do a salute to our director, Maureen Heffernan. She's great director. She's the reason why we have all these great events. I mean, she came in 2011 when all the changes were going on at the gardens, and she just is the reason why the gardens are so vibrant. She came from Maine, Botanical Gardens in Maine, and she's presenting to City Council right now, but she'll teach a class on seed starting, and yeah, she just does it all.
Well, shout out to Maureen. I need to talk with her. I'm headed to Maine later this year in October, I believe, so she could give me some.
You have to totally talk to her.
Some points on where to get some good lobster, which
yes.
is probably just about anywhere.
Yes,
Maine, right?
yes.
We mentioned the walk over in the rain. One last thing on that before we get into the segments. Your Instagram account, you guys do a great job of keeping that updated, and you had some staffers with the rain boots, right?
Oh yes, we have a great horticulture crew, and I got a new staffer on board that takes really great photos. She's also sent me a photo of a ladybug that I'm going to put out later. But yeah, they have their rain boots on, very stylish.
And colorful as well.
Yes.
Be sure to follow Myriad Gardens on Instagram. It's a good follow of things that are going on. Also, vote for the Myriad Gardens on the USA Today Best Parks, right?
Killing me a little. I mean, you have to vote every day. And so I encourage the staff to vote, and then they shut down our IP address because we had too many people voting from there. So,
oh, no.
So staff has to now go to their phones. And I emailed USA Today, I go, hey, you're locking our staff out. They're going to vote. And she goes, well, encourage them to go to the phones. But anyway, yeah, we're at number 8.
Go to the phones, really?
Go to their phones, yeah.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
Go to their
really?
phones.
You want to call in? Is this Dancing with the Stars or something?
I know. Well, it's very easy to vote by phone.
Gotcha.
And yes, we're number 8, and it's out of 20. And if we could just end up in the top 10, I'll be happy. But we got some big players in there. There's actually 3 parks in Houston that are in the top 10. And I'm like, well, that's not fair.
Wow.
That's not fair, but I guess Houston is rather big.
I voted this morning, of course, for the Myriad Gardens. Myriad Gardens, we should say, is up for running of best parks in the nation, I guess. It's by the USA Today. City Parks, number 8 this morning. Forest Park in St. Louis tops the poll. I've never been there, but.
Well, and yeah, you've got Central Park in there, and
it's tough to beat
but New
Central
Yorkers
Park,
don't
yeah.
vote like that. They don't.
Well, that's true.
They're like, we're number 1 all the time anyway.
So vote early and vote often. Spring break, hop-ins. It's about spring break time. What can you tell us about that?
Well, we had our first one today, but it got canceled. So anyway, it's every Tuesday and Thursday through the 17th. And it's
so this week and next week.
We've got a great manager of our children's garden. She's awesome, and she's very creative. And you can just go to the children's porch and you create, springy crafts and that involve nature.
Planting some seeds, going on a scavenger hunt. That is this week and next week for your kiddos. The Oklahoma Gardening School.
Oh, that's Saturday, and today's the deadline to register.
Okay.
And we're already expecting 200 people.
Wow.
But it's Saturday at the Devon Auditorium. It's from 9 to 4, and our theme this year is on the new American Prairie Garden. And we have a prairie garden, and it's plants that are...
what is a prairie garden?
Well, it's plants that are native to your area.
Okay.
What you might have thought was a weed is actually a pretty beautiful flower, or it grows into this beautiful.
Probably not the way I
growth.
grow it.
I know. Well, you have to go look at it. It's kind of dry right now, but in the summertime, oh my gosh, it was beautiful, and it brought all these bees and butterflies in. And anyway, we have some pretty outstanding guests speaking. One lady is from New York. And she actually, I guess Sweden was like really trying to encourage people to take a look at, prairie gardens. And then we have locals speaking, and you really get a lot of takeaways from it.
All right, very good. That is Saturday, as we mentioned, March 12th.
$30 for members, that's a good deal.
9 a.m. to 4 p.m., optional lunchbox for $13. All right, the Easter egg hunt. It's about that time of year, too.
Oh my goodness. Saturday, March 26th. We have always started at 10 with the 4 and unders, and then we go up to the 8+. Well, we added a second flight at 3 o'clock, so it can fit into your, families are very busy on Saturdays. So anyway, the 10 o'clock 4 and under flight is almost sold out.
Cool.
And it's all in our children's garden. We have the Easter bunny there. They're making cute Easter crafts. You can make bunny ears, and they'll come up with other stuff. But it's a super fun day, and lots of fun kids,
And a good photo op for the kiddos as well.
Perfect photo op. I've seen some amazing kid fashions for Easter.
$5 for members, $10 for the non-members. That's coming up Saturday, March 26th. And speaking of egg hunts, the dogs are involved as well.
Oh my gosh, we did our first one last year, the doggy Easter egg hunt, and it was so fun. So many great dogs, and it's on our great lawn. It's like a big land run.
There's a dog with ears.
Oh, that dog was so cute. I think it's a Lhasa Apso. But
I think you're making up that name.
I'm totally not. So the dogs, they make the big dogs get down to the other side and the little dogs up to the front, and then they just go. I have a video of it I put on Instagram, and it was like they just do a countdown and all the dogs just come out, and the dogs are fine. They're like, okay, but it's the dog owner families that are so fun to watch because they're just so excited. It's like, a lot of young adults come with their dogs because it's, they still want to do Easter egg hunts, but it's just not,
Sure.
what they can
There's
do.
the excuse of I have a dog who's into this or something. So.
Yes.
All right,
It's super fun. Lots of great dogs. We had about 120 dogs last year.
Wow, that's a lot of dogs.
Yeah. It was
But that's
great.
a cool area. The dog park there is really cool.
Yes.
That is Saturday, March 26th at noon. Again, members $5, non-members $10. Got to register by Monday, March 21st.
Sponsored by Midtown Vets. Have you ever seen this?
We had him in. He's a fascinating
Isn't
guy
he
to talk
awesome?
to. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're glad to have him on as a sponsor.
Dogs must be leashed
Yep.
and have a proof of current vaccination. So
Yes.
that's a great idea. All right, we mentioned a lot of events here. You can find out more on the webpage at oklahomacitybotanicalgardens.com. Leslie, it looks like it's just mildly sprinkling now. So
I can handle it.
You can handle that, right?
Yes.
There you go, the live shot. I like it.
Isn't a big thing. I love walking.
Non-threatening weather in Oklahoma is a beautiful thing.
It is.
It's
It
nice
is
to have
really
something like
pretty.
this.
And
Leslie?
my Fitbit, I'm at 4,300. So.
Just showing off there as well. Always great to see you. Thanks for the update.
Good to see
We
you.
appreciate it.